Um, I think at a bare minimum, every guy should know at least how to defend yourself, how
Yeah.
to fight. I think a lot of and I'll say this quite a bit, a lot of the problems we have in society now would be solved if um, a guy knew what it felt like to get punched in the face. Because there's a lot of the um, recklessness with guys in their mouths, and you could tell. We talk
Yeah.
about you could tell the guys who have you could tell he's never been punched in the face before because the way he's approaching that other guy or talking to somebody, he doesn't realize the underlying threat of violence that there is. And there's martial arts I've noticed are so much more martial arts, and I group boxing with martial arts too. So just so when people say, but boxing is a martial art, man. The biggest thing I notice with a lot of guys is martial artists have a certain level of respect, just baseline, because they know what is on the other end of that thing if they don't. Is like you have that experience of getting into, getting even just sparring, getting in with another guy and having to have a certain level of respect with him in the ring. I'm trying to make you better, you're trying to make me better. I'm not trying to take your head off every single time when we spar. If it's light sparring, you're going 50%. It's not my job to take your head off your body. It's my job to make sure you keep your hands up. It's make sure you're not gonna get knocked out in the ring when you have your fight next week. But it's not my job to try, to have something to prove to you. It's that you almost have to kind of take that ego and temper it at certain times when you're
Yeah.
training with other people. And people who haven't had that experience, they seem to have something to prove, or in a lot of cases, because they haven't been battle tested. Those who have been in the ring, who have trained, who have sparred, anything like that, and you've just been in a fight. A lot of times, you get that battle tested mindset, where it's like, I don't
Yeah.
want to fight, but I don't want to fight, but I will if I have
Yeah, and that's the thing as well that we can touch on there too. Like when you go into the gym or you start combat sports or boxing, like you're going to be found out for who you really are. Like there's no more
to.
pretending. You're going to go into that gym and you're going to have to get humbled. You're going to have to get punched in the face. But it's only the ones that can withstand that and understand that they're not who they thought they were, and they can still show up and learn. And like you said, get into that environment, understand that it is quite humbling. But when you get to that humble stage, your attitude changes, how you conduct yourself changes, you have more integrity, how you show up to life changes, and you respect our fighters as well because they've been through the exact same thing as you. But there's nowhere to hide in that ring. There's nowhere to hide in the gym because you're going to be found out if you're not doing the training, if you're not doing the running, if your ego's too big. And the ones who have that huge ego, they're the ones who don't even go into the gym, or if they do, they only make it to the first session and then they do not come back.